Yo, welcome in Hoopers, much love. This video contains information that will make your training to game transfer of skills way faster, way more efficient, way more effective, so that you get more value, more game skill development, and less time training. And the way to do it is to really figure out what game-like drills mean and how to implement that. Most of you are familiar with that, but I want to go more in depth about what that actually means and why conventional skills training will improve you, but not very fast compared to game-like training. So conventional skill training, you go and work on your shot, you work on your jumper, you put up 100 from here, you put up 100 from there, then you switch to handles, you work on specific kinds of moves, and you dribble through cones, and then you lay it up, right? Handles, shooting. Let's talk about what actually happens in a game of basketball, right? Compare this to what actually happens in a game of basketball. Starts with the offensive team putting a shot up. Depending on your floor position, your job's either to crash O-boards or to get back in transition. You hustle back in transition. You pick up your man in transition. Your man goes to set a screen. You need to open up so your teammate can get through. Maybe the ball gets swung. You have to close out with your hand up. Now you're playing man defense one-on-one. There's a screen coming. You have to decide to come over the top or go under. You need to communicate that. Maybe the ball gets passed. Shot goes up, and then you have to box out. You have to crash boards. Then your team's bringing the ball up on offense. You might not even touch the ball during all of this, but you've certainly been helpful and useful. Right, you set a screen, you screen away, you cut through, you pop out on the far side, you get past the ball, finally you touch the ball, you catch it, a screen comes and gets set for you, you take one dribble around the screen, your first dribble, one dribble, and now you have a decision whether to shoot, whether to hit the roll man, whether to swing it to this corner, whether to swing it to this perimeter, or hit the skip pass to the fifth man in that corner, and this is all decision making, and you need skills to have those passes, you need to have those shots. The shot, if you can make that shot, right, but you don't necessarily even need to shoot, and you've only taken one dribble, and you haven't gone man on man. This is what basketball is actually like. So game-like drills, and you can see now why conventional skills drills, where all you do is work on shooting, or all you do is work on handling or breaking the man down off the dribble, is not a good use of time and is not going to make you an effective team basketball player that coaches want. So first thing, what makes drills game-like is it should be similar intensity to a game and ideally similar duration to a game, and ideally slightly more intensity than a game so that when you get into a game it feels easy. So 90 minutes is plenty, is maximum, right? There's no reason necessarily to do more because it's not similar to a game. That's the idea. Floyd Mayweather trains 12 rounds. Muhammad Ali trains 12 rounds. And that's how they're able to defeat people who train only 3 rounds, right? So train 90 minutes, give it game-like intensity. And as for the drills, the configuration of the drills themselves, the drills should not be just one thing. They should consist of a variety of things that all play into what actual game-like basketball is. So make a list. Here's 10 things that you should incorporate into your drill, saving number 10, the most important, for last. First of all, defense, defensive movements, defensive communication, various kinds of defense should be something that is in consideration in your drills because that's half of basketball. Screening, getting through screens, getting around screens, setting screens, calling for screens, off-ball, on-ball screens in various positions. This is stuff that you should know and should be in part of your drills. You start from a specific spot on the floor and you get a screen and you set a screen, then you pop out, for instance. Moving off the ball, obviously, 80% of the time you're going to be moving off ball, so 80% of your game drills should be off ball, right? Passing and catching. How many, you put up 100 shots, cool. How many passes did you put up? Because you're going to pass twice as much times in a game of basketball as you're going to shoot, ideally. If you're going to play at actual high level, you're going to take 2 passes for every shot, at least. So you need to be practicing twice as much passing as shooting, because passing isn't even that easy to hit someone on the money. Dribbling is something you should be practicing, but with off-arm, off-body to protect the ball, right? Faking, fake passes, fake shots, that's fake drills, fake pop-outs, fake screens, fake everything. That's important. Rebounding, crashing boards, knowing when to crash, when to get back. Scoring is a thing, but it's lower on the list. It's not super important. You don't have to score at all to be a useful basketball player, right? You actually don't have to. It's helpful if you can in specific situations, but it should command 1/10 of your time. And here's the last one, the most important one, that's totally highly underemphasized. And yeah, this is a secret that you need to know, is every drill should have decision making. This is the most important basketball skill. Should I crash? Should I get back? Should I play over? Should I go under the screen? Should I make this pass? Should I make this dribble? Should I make this shot? So if we're just, okay, I'm shooting 100 shots from here, there's no decision making in that. If I'm going to drive and lay up, there's no decision making in that. So your drills should be game-like and have decision-making and having reads and adjustments to reads and so on. So for instance, instead of putting up 100 shots, if you have 2 people, you can start off by setting an imaginary screen, receiving an imaginary screen, popping out, catching the ball, receiving an on-ball screen, taking a dribble, and then you can have a decision. Maybe you have a defender, another person, you have a decision whether to make the pass, whether to make the shot, whether to drive and then drop back the pass, and then maybe someone comes and picks you up on defense. It doesn't need to be super complicated, but use imagination to incorporate decision making, incorporate all the things that can happen in a basketball game, and that's what game-like training is like. So do this, incorporate this, use your imagination to put in all this list of things. Don't spend half your time shooting, half your time dribbling. Spend 1/10 of your time dribbling, 1/10 of your time shooting, 1/5 of your time passing, and then spend time setting screens, defense, moving off ball, strategizing, always with decision making. I promise you incorporate these things, you'll become way more efficient in your drills and your practice and your game skill development. If you have any questions, drop it below. You can get our free skills workouts below as well for sustainable dunk landing and stuff like that. But see you in the comments. Hope this helps. You become way more efficient in your use of time and training. Peace to all Hoopers. Much love.